is Aaron here. I'm a guitar teacher at the Music Depot in Welland, and today I'm going to go over just some warm-ups that to help if you're a beginner or even if you've been playing for a while and just kind of want to get your fingers up a little stronger, get some stretching going. You can hear in the background we're currently very busy, so busy that we can't take any breaks with the students. They're still on the go, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me over them. Not to say it's not sounding very good, it's actually kind of nice to hear all the time. So what we're going to start with is, I like to call it a chromatic warm-up. It's an interesting word. All chromatic means is every note in a row. So it's not any particular scale or anything like that. And what we're going to do is pretty much exactly what I showed you. At first, you're going to start with your first finger. You can do the first fret, but I'll show you if you need to start elsewhere. And you pick the E string. And then, while holding the first finger down, you push the second finger, pick again, third, fourth. Now it's important to leave them down, and that's because you want to practice stretching your fingers. So you notice how the frets are a little bigger towards the head of the guitar and smaller towards the body. So this is where if, say you're an older student, maybe you're just jumping on guitar now, and your fingers don't stretch as much as they used to when you were younger, got some years of work under you. Start down closer to the body, where the frets are smaller. So it's not so much strain on your hand. You don't want to injure yourself, but you do want to push yourself a little bit. And as you get comfortable, you play down through the strings. You start to move back. So you can tell as I go back or farther away from me, my fingers get slightly wider apart. So you hear it even more. You want to go through all 6 strings. You can start as slow as you want. At first, going from one string to the next string is going to take a little extra time, which is okay. The goal is to be able to play all of them even. Doesn't matter if it's slow. You can even go, that's what you need to do. Alright? And then once you get to the bottom, you start with the pinky and you go backwards. And you go up a string and you keep going. Now, unlike going down when you're leaving them and stretching, you want to take them off. It's kind of like your fingers like walking like a centipede or something. What this does is, not only does it help stretching if you have to start here and work your way down, it's going to help the dexterity of your fingers. It's going to help, which is a fancy word of coordination, controlling each one individually. It's also going to help with the strength, because if you're a beginner, sometimes you're going to push a note, especially with your ring or pinky finger, and it's going to sound like this. And that's okay. That just means you haven't developed the strength yet. But this is going to help you get there. And if that becomes too easy for you, one other way to expand on it is if you see my picking hand, I was doing all downs. Then you can start doing something called alternate picking, which is when you go down, and then the next note is up. If you haven't tried alternate picking before, this will be pretty challenging at first. But it's the only real way to be able to play faster. But yeah, that's and then you can always change the order instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4. Any combination you can come up will help with dexterity of your fingers. And that'll all come into play later on, help you with chords, it'll help you play scales, help you play leads, everything. So it's really important. I know it comes off as boring and repetitive, but you can make a game out of it even. Play to a metronome, and then set a speed that's comfortable. And then after a while, see if you can increase the speed, see how fast you can get it without making mistakes. And you'll find that after a couple of weeks, you can get pretty good at it if you keep at it every day. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.